So I've been triggered by Triggernometry. They know what they're doing. They know I'm gonna react to this. They know they're lying. They know they are so fucking dumb. This is insane. Like, this is truly insane. This is not clickbait. This is insane shit. So they did a video reacting to Saga and Crystal Ball from Breaking Points, reacting to their Netanyahu interview. And early on, they talk about how the effects of social media and how people view war. So we're going to go over that point because it's just fucking insane.
But I think with the war in Gaza, we're also facing something else entirely, which is the visual medium, the visual channel in human brains is so powerful. It's so much more powerful than anything else. It is overwhelmingly powerful. And when you see images of true horror, which you will see in every conflict zone.
But this is not just a typical conflict zone. I've not seen, not that they don't exist, I haven't seen footage of IDF and Hamas militias fighting it out. I've seen a lot of innocent children and their body parts. And also as well, like, it's very powerful visual. Yes, when you see dead children, this is really powerful. But, oh my God, this gets truly insane.
It completely overwhelms your logical reasoning and faculties by necessity.
What? So, like, they are trying to gaslight you here. Like, be ready for this because they are twisting themselves into pretzels not to recognize what Israel is doing for what it is.
It's just how it is. And I think with one of the reasons that you see this with Gaza is people are just seeing horrific shit day in, day out. Mm-hmm. And it shuts down their ability to think critically. I'll give you one example.
How? No, we can see exactly what's going on. If anything, it heightens you to it. You go, wait a minute. This actually is bad. This is. Look at what Keir Starmer is doing about it. Nothing. Look at what Trump's doing about it. Look at what the media is doing, how they're presenting it. And they present it in a neutral way, a conflict, and not what it is, a genocide. No. Like, it wakens people up to the injustice. That's why they're protesting. That's why they're fucking angry at this genocide.
Which I just think sums it up. There's a meme that I keep seeing popping up. And this isn't my feed, so you know it's doing well elsewhere, right? Which is X number of children have been killed in Ukraine. And, 100 times more, however many more children killed in Gaza.
He can't even fucking say it. He's such a fucking coward.
That's the difference between war and genocide, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Now,
why is that funny? Why is that funny? Why is he laughing at that? Oh, 12,000 dead children, conservative estimates, is funny to him.
Know anything about these two conflicts, you go, that is the most stupid thing that anyone's ever said. Because what they're trying to say is, look, Israel is committing genocide. Yeah. Russia, even though it's bad and wrong to invade, is not, right?
I don't think anyone's saying that. I think they're saying, look at the disproportionate killing. Look at what Russia's doing. Illegal war. Look at what Israel is doing and the disproportionate killing. I'm no fan of Russia. I'm not a Russia simp. But look at what Israel's fucking doing. The amount of innocent babies slaughtered. That's the difference. And it's a big difference. The fact he's trying to
Why is it? But the question no one ever asks is, why is it that so many civilians are being killed in Gaza?
They are asking that on a daily basis, and it's Israel.
And not that many civilians are being killed in Ukraine. Why is it? Well, I know because I have family in Ukraine. And you know what they do when the air raid sirens go off? They go down into the tube in Kiev. They go down into the tunnels, which the government has made available for them and encouraged them to use. In other words, Ukraine has done everything possible to make use of all the facilities it has to allow the civilians to be safe from Russian attacks. Mm-hmm. But in Gaza, they have a tunnel network that is bigger than the London Tube.
That is not true. London Tube is fucking huge. Like, if you know how big... No, that's not true. It's 350 kilometers. Sometimes it's 1 to 2 meters high. It's not comparable. Like, he's just lying here, obviously. Like, The Gaza Strip is small. The idea that they could fit the London Tube, which covers a lot of, I think there's 276 stops, like a lot of stops, just a lie. But we know that.
And not one civilian has been allowed in. The point being, the reason that civilians are dying in Gaza is that their government, Hamas, wants them to be killed and is doing everything possible to prevent them from surviving.
That's not an argument. No, Israel is killing them. Israel is the one doing the killing. And there are rules of war, international laws, where when you target civilians, you are a terrorist. This is a terrorist state. Why make excuses? You wouldn't be doing this for Russia. You would not. He would never be saying this in 1,000 lifetimes if this was about Russia and they'd killed the equivalent of children. They would never be saying that. They wouldn't be saying, well, Ukrainians are just, they want them to die. No, they'd be saying Russia's evil.
It's not using the facilities it has to save them. It's deliberately putting them in harm's way.
No, you're lying about the fact that that's insane. Like, who would even believe that? Like, the tunnels are the size of the London Tube. Fucking hell, he's such a fucking idiot.
That's why it's happening. But if all you see are these horrific images of war, and you don't think beyond that, a meme that is as stupid as that sounds convincing. The world is changing fast, and it's not enough to just know what the news is. Triggernometry. Start thinking for yourself and subscribe at ground.news/triggernometry.
Oh, look, I completely agree. And I also think as well, in a world which is as sanitized as ours, which is as safe as ours, where we talk about things like safe spaces, microaggressions ad nauseum.
Do we? I haven't heard those terms since 2018. Like, you need to get some new talking points, Foster.
I think people are desperate to feel something.
Oh my God. Literally, they must be paid to be saying this shit, like trying to because it's impossible, right? Like, try and justify genocide, just justify child death on such a high level. Like, it's like, well, people don't know what they're feeling. People, like, don't know what's going on. They don't know Israel's innocent. Like, it's all Hamas, because you never heard that talking about before. Let's see what they come out next.
And one of the easiest ways to feel something is to go online and to see something horrific. And there's a part of, just as you can get addicted to things like hardcore pornography or any other type
All right, don't project your problems onto other people.
Of images, so you can get addicted to a kind of outrage loop where you see a horrendous...
You've got a channel called Triggernometry. 53 videos on trans rights. Come on. Where's the self-awareness here?
This image or video from war, which are not difficult to find. And so you get that mainlined into your brain, and then you feel outrage. Of course you feel outrage. It's natural. If you see the corpse of a child being uncovered from rubble, what human being wouldn't be outraged about that? What human being wouldn't feel angry? What human being wouldn't feel despair? But you're not really going to get those emotions, those visceral feelings from your everyday life. So
What? What argument does he think he's making there? Like, just trying to justify this in any way. Like, oh, well, in your sad lives, like, this just gives you a bit of meaning. Like, what?
I think people as well, they get hooked on that. And then they feel that they are on this part of this moral crusade, so then that they can talk about what's happening, and then they can vent, and then they can get angry.
Yes, they can. When a genocide is happening and children are being slaughtered, starved, shot in the head, this isn't a moral crusade. It's justice. It's common decency. And the fact that they're trying to gaslight you and frame it in this way that, like, no, you're just wrong. Like, when you see a dead baby, yeah, it's sad and all, but you're just wrong. Hamas, Hamas, Hamas. That's probably going to get me demonetized now. Thank you.
It gives, I suppose it gives them a sense of meaning and purpose. You know, if you just go to your 9 to 5 and life is kind of boring and blah, blah, blah.
What? Like, see, he's kind of shown his hand there. Like, normal people who like have normal jobs, unlike us, where really wealthy guys, we're really cool. Yeah, like it's just because you've got a boring life. Don't be concerned about Gaza. Like, don't be concerned. Like, it's probably just a bit like you're a boring person, really. What the fuck are they saying? Like, literally, like, what the fuck is going on?
You don't feel alive.
Yeah.
What if you're you're on a mission together with other people on some kind of moral crusade? And one of the things that it's interesting. We after our interview came out, we actually went away for a few days for holiday, and we had a chance to meet a few people.
Oh my god, this is even more insane. What's coming now? Fucking hell.
There, one of them is a former lecturer at one of America's most prestigious universities, and one of the things he said.
Anecdote Andy here. So listen to this. Like, you tell me if it's true or not.
That shocked me, but also didn't shock me. He talked about the fact that in his department, which was in the humanities, and this was a relevant test for them to
Yeah, have a dig at the humanities. Woke.
to give their students. When they got a new intake of students, they would give them a test, just an induction test, just to find out where they were at. And what they would do is they would ask them to place countries in Europe on a map. They would give them labels, they would give them a blank map and labels to put on. And he said that a third of students, people are going to think a third of students couldn't put the right countries, didn't know where Belgium was. No, a third of students put the labels on the Mediterranean Sea. They could not tell the difference between the sea and the land, right? That's a third of students at one of America's most prestigious universities.
One of the world's most prestigious.
Yes.
What? It's prestigious. Okay, right. Well, first of all, America's education system for the industrialized modern world is one of the worst. That's why we got Trump. So it's interesting they don't make that link between how dumb the American population is and Donald Trump, which is obviously a clear correlation. The less educated people voted for Donald Trump, but they won't talk about that. But what's this got to do with anything? Okay, people in America are dumb. I didn't know that.
And the other thing he said is they don't have the concept of when things happened in time very often.
Oh, that's where it is. Oh.
In other words, to them, ancient Greece and the American War of Independence might have happened 100 years apart. Literally, this is what...
Bloody 18-year-olds, eh?
What he said, right?
Yeah.
So if you have people whose thinking is disjointed in time and also in space, it means that there are certain things that they're simply not able to understand. We will see this when we analyze the...
Yeah, you just can't understand that when babies and men and women and children, tens of thousands of people are being slaughtered and starved and blockaded with against food, fuel, water. Like, this may seem bad, but actually it's not. It's fine. It's because you watch TikTok or something. I don't know.
Breaking Points video, because it just stands out that people that accomplished and with such a big audience don't understand basic things. But if you're dislocated in time and space, it means that you have no ability to analyze and assess the thing you're currently seeing in its true context. Because history...
No. There's no context that any way justifies it. Really? Like, there's not. Like, mass slaughter of innocent civilians, there's no justification for it. They're trying to justify it. Like, so you just don't... Weird anecdote that says nothing, like, doesn't prove anything. That's not evidence of anything. Like, just people don't understand. And they're just telling you, like, anyone who's against this, you just don't understand. You're just not as big-brained as Francis and me. Like, Francis Foster's an IQ of 278. Mine's 287. So, do some IQ tests and come back to me.
is context. That's the point. You can't analyze...
Yes, context of both sides, yeah. look at the occupation. They've never spoken about it, by the way. They can't. Obviously, they're being paid by somebody. They have to be this dumb. Like, yes, look at the context of the last, well, 80 years at least. Yes, look at the context. I wish they would. I wish they would do a deep dive with it and actually talk to someone who's actually not a, just a partisan hack on this.
Whether what human beings are doing today is right or wrong or good or bad without understanding what human beings have always done. Thomas Sowell is one of the things he always talks about. Their best way to predict human behavior in the future is to notice human behavior in the past, right? So if you're dislocated in this way, then you can't even ask the question of, yes, these things are happening. Why are they happening?
Yeah, ask that question. Why did October the 7th happen? It doesn't justify it. In the same way, Israel doesn't justify it. But why does it happen? A brutal occupation for decades. Like, open air prison. Controlling Palestinians' lives. This is why it happened. It's not a mystery.
If civilians are dying in Gaza, why is that?
Mm-hmm.
Because Israel is killing them.
But if you just see the images and you go, oh, that's terrible, then all of that context goes away entirely.
Of course. And it's also as well...
What context? They won't say it. They won't say the context of the occupation. An illegal occupation. Like, why not talk about that? Yeah, you should. Very ironic that they don't.
But it also comes down to something else, Konstantin. And it's something that...
This is going to be good. This is going to be the deepest philosophical insight you'll ever hear in your life. Are you ready for it? If you are ready, hit the like button, subscribe, join my membership. This is going to be the most profound thing you'll ever hear in your life. Are you ready? You ready, children? Are you ready?
I have a constant battle with, and I think everybody has a constant battle with, which is ego, which is...
Fuck me. Oh yeah, it's just all ego. If you hate the slaughter of children, it's just ego. You need to take your ego out of this. Take your mother who watches footage of another mother in Palestine holding their dead baby. Just take your ego out of it, please. Please, don't make it about you. Fuck me.
You've got to have the humility to realize there are things that you do not understand in this world.
Oh, fuck me, man. This is, like, I hate the term gaslighting because the right use it constantly and they don't know what it means. But this is fucking S-tier gaslighting, isn't it? Like, have to know the ego, just not understand what's going on, even though people understand this. Like, your average person understands enough history to know what Israel is doing is objectively abhorrent and a genocide. This is mainstream now. Fuck me.
I do not comment on whether Israel should stop the war or have they gone too far, because the answer is I don't know.
Why the fuck are you talking then? Oh, it's like interesting you say those comments. Like, have they gone too far? Like, I can't say that. Like, I can't say what. This is fucking pathetic. Like, think about this. Like, would he say this about the Nazis? Would he say about Russia? Like, they would never say this. Like, oh. It sounds like you're having a fucking opinion to me. Like, you're telling other people they don't know, and I don't know. Like, how do you know if they don't know? If you don't know? God, this is fucking insane, man.
Thank God I've never been in a battlefield. Thank God I've never had to join an army. I am not a military person. I'm not a military expert. I'm not a geopolitical expert.
No, you are not. At least they know that. Good. I'm glad they've said that because their opinions should be discounted now. Anything they've said thus far and anything they say in the future should be discounted. They don't know what they're fucking talking about. And I'm glad they're honest about it.
I do not know enough.
True.
My job is to investigate these things like you do and to talk to people far more learned than ourselves about particular subjects. As a result of that, I think I've got more information than your average layman. But
Really? Really? The only bit of information you really said is about the underground tunnels and the London Tube, which was false. So, You're just spreading misinformation at this point.
I don't presume to understand what we should do when it comes to this war.
Stop the slaughter, let food in, water, fuel, end the occupation, and Netanyahu in The Hague. Simple, like what we're doing in any other situation. Like, apply international law, imply the Geneva Convention. Like, this is not hard stuff. Like, if he knows enough, he should know this, what should happen next.
And what the ramifications are going to be afterwards. Because okay, stop the war, right? And then what?
End the occupation. Come to some kind of one state, two state solution. Like, we can do this. There is precedence in the past. Like, we can do this. But it has to come from America and the UK. There has to be that political will to treat Palestinians and Arabs as humans too.
And then what? What are we going to do? What's going to happen with Hamas? What's going to happen with Fatah? What's going to happen with... I don't know.
See, like, pretend to be neutral. What's going to happen with Netanyahu? A terrorist? No. Oh, no. Like, it's so... We're going to end there because it's so fucking weak. These guys are pathetic. And I'm glad I've done this video because they will delete this video in a few years' time because it's so fucking pathetic. Twisting in knots and pretzels to try and justify this. Like, there's no justification for it. And it's so weak that these guys think that somehow, like, they can gaslight you to, like, oh, if you're against this, somehow you don't know what's happening. You don't know what's going on. Take your ego out of it. Take your emotions out of it. Fuck you. Like, seriously, fuck these guys. If you're watching either of you, because I know you would have seen at least one of my videos, because I react to you quite a lot, fuck you. Like, seriously, fuck you. Anyway, see you next time.